Imagine judging someone in the first 10 seconds and being completely wrong in a way that changes your entire life. This story is about how that mistake happens, how pride blinds us, how prejudice lies to us, and how learning to truly understand another person can quietly rewrite everything. This is Pride and Prejudice, retold in simple, powerful English, not as an old book, but as a living story about how humans misread each other every single day. In a quiet English village where routines feel older than memory, life moves according to rules that no one remembers creating, yet everyone obeys. The strongest rule is simple and absolute. If a man is rich and unmarried, he is not just a man, he is an opportunity. Families pay attention. Mothers plan futures. Daughters are measured against expectations they did not choose. In this village lives the Bennet family, balanced on uncertainty. Mr. and Mrs. Bennet have 5 daughters and no sons, which means their home and security will one day belong to a distant male relative. For Mrs. Bennet, this truth is unbearable. Her mind lives in the future, counting risks, imagining disasters. To her, marriage is not romance. It is survival. Elizabeth Bennet, her second daughter, moves through the world differently. She enjoys conversation, but not empty talk. She enjoys laughter, but not foolishness. She watches people closely, listening not just to what they say, but how they say it. Elizabeth believes intelligence and character matter more than money or status, an idea that quietly challenges the society around her. She trusts her ability to judge people, and this confidence becomes both her greatest strength and her hidden flaw. Her closest companion is her older sister Jane, whose kindness feels effortless. Jane believes people are good unless proven otherwise. Where Elizabeth questions, Jane hopes. Together, they form a fragile balance. The calm of the village breaks when news spreads that a wealthy young man named Mr. Bingley has rented a nearby estate. Excitement rises instantly. Invitations are sent. Conversations shift. At the first dance, Mr. Bingley proves exactly what everyone hoped for. He smiles easily, dances freely, and speaks with warmth. At his side stands his friend, Mr. Darcy, tall, reserved, and serious. Darcy watches more than he speaks. His silence is mistaken for arrogance. During the evening, Elizabeth overhears him dismiss her as tolerable, not attractive enough to interest him. The words cut deeper than she expects. She laughs outwardly, but inside, a judgment locks into place. From that moment, Darcy becomes proud, rude, and unworthy of respect in her mind. As weeks pass, Jane and Mr. Bingley grow closer. Their affection feels natural and sincere, built on ease and shared kindness. Elizabeth believes this is one of those rare moments where love and good fortune align. Darcy, however, sees things differently. He mistakes Jane's quiet nature for emotional weakness and convinces himself that her feelings are not strong. Believing he is acting wisely, he persuades Bingley to leave the area and forget the attachment. Jane is left confused and heartbroken, though she hides her pain. Elizabeth senses something wrong, and her dislike of Darcy deepens, fed by his cold manners and sharp comments. Then the story shifts again. A new man arrives, and the emotional temperature changes instantly. Mr. Wickham is charming, handsome, and speaks with ease. He listens well, smiles often, and tells stories that draw people in. Elizabeth trusts him almost immediately. Wickham speaks of Darcy with bitterness, claiming Darcy stole an inheritance meant for him and destroyed his future. Elizabeth listens closely, and because the story perfectly matches her existing opinion of Darcy, she believes it without hesitation. Her prejudice settles into certainty. She feels satisfied, confident, and completely wrong. Darcy, meanwhile, begins to change in ways he does not expect. Elizabeth challenges him. Her intelligence unsettles him. Her honesty refuses to flatter him. Slowly, admiration grows into affection. He struggles with it, aware of social distance and family concerns, but emotion ignores rules. Eventually, he proposes. But pride still controls his voice. He speaks of love while mentioning her family's embarrassment and her lower position. Elizabeth is deeply offended. She rejects him firmly, listing his faults, his interference in Jane's happiness, and his cruelty toward Wickham. Darcy leaves, shaken, carrying words that force him to confront himself for the first time. The next morning, Darcy gives Elizabeth a letter. In it, he strips away defense and speaks honestly. He admits his mistake in separating Bingley and Jane. He explains Wickham's lies and selfishness. Elizabeth reads slowly, her confidence dissolving line by line. She realizes her belief in her own judgment blinded her. She trusted her feelings more than facts. The realization hurts, but it changes her. Growth begins where certainty ends. Time passes. Circumstances bring Elizabeth and Darcy together again. This time, his behavior is different. He listens, he respects, he acts without pride. Elizabeth, now cautious of her own assumptions, begins to see him clearly. Just as understanding forms, chaos erupts. Lydia, Elizabeth's youngest sister, impulsive and careless, runs away with Wickham. The scandal threatens to destroy the family completely. Shame feels unavoidable. Panic fills the household. Quietly, without announcing himself, Darcy steps in. He finds the couple, pays Wickham's debts, and ensures a marriage. He does not seek praise. He acts out of responsibility and care. When Elizabeth learns the truth, her understanding of Darcy transforms completely. She sees love not as words, but as action. When Darcy proposes again, everything is different. He speaks with humility. Elizabeth listens with openness. She accepts him not because of wealth or status, but because both of them have learned. Their love is not perfect. It is earned. This story lasts because it mirrors us. We judge too fast. We protect our pride. We mistake confidence for truth. Pride and Prejudice reminds us that learning begins when we admit we were wrong, and connection begins when ego steps aside. If this story helped you feel the rhythm of English, understand emotion through simple words, or see how powerful storytelling really works, don't let it end here. Keep listening, keep learning, keep sharpening your ear for stories that reveal instead of shout. Stay with this channel, because the fastest way to master English is not memorizing rules, but living inside stories that stay with you long after the words end.